Everybody. I hope you're doing good. I was just thinking of something that, you know, a lot of people they're kind of doing. Um, and I don't know whether it's like human nature or what, but I do not understand how anybody can want peace or look for peace out of violence. And this is a pattern that I'm seeing that's around the world. Um, it's chaotic, it's violent, and out of that, like someone doing something very bad just for the advancements, of themselves. It doesn't make any sense to me. Um, Seeing a lot, of people may even like speak against each other. And because of the criticisms, because of the speaking against each other, because of throwing venom at each other, they expect the other person to change because of the criticism, because of the violence. You know, when I think about the study of the book of Daniel, I know that it says something about in the latter days that many people are going to worship a god of forces. A god of forces is a god that forced people, or maybe a false god that forced people to worship the way that they want them to worship. And this god of forces, he he really takes stock in riches and everything, um this gain is gained by forces. But I'm thinking, in a spiritual sense, there's a lot of people that like to force, like, for example, force your way into the door, force everybody to see things your way, force. And if they don't see it your way, you do violence, you hurt them, you do hateful things to them. And it seemed like this is like the general spirit that is prevalent in today's world. There's no shame. People, they generally do not care about reason, reasoning or hurting each other. And the general thing about reasoning is um, giving people an understanding of your perspective without the violence of it. But somehow, this deceived world thinks that by force, by forcing, by conquering, that peace is supposed to come about. When, you got to think later on, it lays the groundwork, um, for just, things to happen. Because I mean, it's like I don't understand how peace could come out of violence. It doesn't make any sense. And I think for this reason, the world is in trouble. The world is in a great need of God. It's in great need of Moshiach, great need of Messiah to come and settle things. Because I think humankind has lost its way. It's almost like you put negative with negative, you're not going to get positive. You're going to get negative. If you put positive with positive, you're going to get positive out of it. And this is like a very, very um, dark path that humanity is on. I mean, there's a spiritual darkness that's covering this entire land. And people are just going around every day walking as if nothing at all is happening. You cannot, and I don't believe for a second that peace is going to come out by doing violence to one another. It's not going to happen because it's always going to be the backwards and forward. And, that's not how nature even works. It goes against the laws of nature and of physics and of mathematics. You can't possibly put a negative and a negative together and it comes out a positive. That is theoretically impossible. So I just, I was just thinking about it. Wanted to share that a little bit with you. It reminds me of how people are just getting along too. It's like this whole world, it's a bizarro land. And I'm in it. And it's been so weird, guys. So very weird. I'm one of the people who were watching years ago, when people were talking about the Mandela effect and everything, which I'm thinking is true because it's a whole lot of things that's changed and places and things I go back to. It's unrecognizable. It's unrecognizable. And I had noticed how angry people are. Everywhere you go, they're angry. And you do that positive thing, you try to be the best person you could be and do a positive thing for people, but they are just angry. And it's like, what do you want out of me? Just from the kindness of my heart, I could give someone just a gift, just to try to cheer them up. And automatically, they think you're after something just by kindness. It just shows how deprived everybody really, really is, and how the need for love is in this world. It's like I stepped out of one place and stepped into another because people used to not be like that, you know. And I'm a type of person that um I love people, and I try to, everybody that I come in contact with, friends, I try to do good things for them. I love seeing people happy. But I almost get the intent, the impression that um people, I mean, you give them something, they're like, what are you after? And it's treated like it's a bad thing to be good to others and to try to bring a smile to their face and to try to make them, just have a great day. It seemed like the world, it seemed like I went to sleep 1 minute and it seemed like I woke up in a world that very, very, is very, very, how can I put it? Everybody's just angry. That's what I see. And no matter what you do, no matter what you try, I'm noticing one thing about people. They totally take it left field and they take it in a different way, in a different direction. And the direction's always negative. You know, it's very, very sad because people, they are your judge, jury, and executioner before they even really get to know you at all, know the type of person that you are, know that you mean, you know, well. And like I said, it's like a different world. It's almost like I don't even belong here because I'm thinking, it brings me back to thinking about, the things in the Torah, the Bible that says, hey, the lion shall lay down with the lamb. I specifically remember that scripture, but now it's wolf. And I'm like, you know what? This is unheard of. I could ramble on and on about this because it is a funny thing, as well as names of people that I remember changed. Used to watch the Twilight Zone as a little girl, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? It's Now they're saying his name is Sterling. It was Sterling with a T. So it's just so many weird things. It's like I went to sleep, woke up, and you know what? The entire world has changed. And it's changed not in a good way, because I'm waking up to many, many like duplicate people that are always angry. And you know what? This is not the world that I remember. Well, anyway, I was thinking about some things and sharing that tidbit. It's getting dark over here. Well, guys, I will catch you later. Bye bye.